Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? Hello, hello. Hi, Mr. C. I'm a mess today. Forgive me, guys. It's taking a minute here. 1 second. You know what? It wasn't doing anything until I turned on the camera, until the camera came on, and then, yeah. 1 second, guys. I'm going to get my life together. I'm trying for the life of me to get this set up. Okay. I know, Aaron. It's static because I dropped the mic. 1 second. Let me fix everything. Okay. All right. Hopefully it doesn't fall again. Hi, Sean. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to see you guys. Hi, Mr. C. Hi, D. Will. Hi, Mr. Maximus. How's it going? Hi, Leo. Hey, Snuggle. Hey. Oh my God. Hi, Tamika. Oh my God, Tamika is here. Hi, Tamika. Welcome in. Hi, Mr. Ray. Hi, Patty Cakes. Welcome in, guys. It's so good to see you all again. And hi, Clue. Thank you, Clue. Nice to see you again. I haven't seen you in so long. So, all right, guys. So, here we go. I want to speak to you all about this topic today because I have some things going on within myself, and I want to get your opinion on what you all think about these things, okay? So, I want to get your guys' opinion on how we look and how that kind of tells a lot about us. Now, I heard this recently on YouTube where someone was talking about how masculine women are the ones who tend to wear more makeup and like long nails and long eyelashes, all of these things because they're trying to hide their masculinity. Does that make sense? That traditionally feminine women don't need to overdo it. Does that make sense? So when you look outside and you see women, the women who have the longest nails, the women who have the longest eyelashes, extensions, the ones that have on the most makeup, where it's like you'll never see their skin. Not one day in your life, you'll never see their skin. The ones, all of this, it's like, what are you doing? And the ones with the super low cut shirts that are making sure that you see the the sisters. So this is what I want to say. I do believe that in what that person said. So this was on YouTube where someone said that the more makeup, the more nails, the more all of that is a sign of more masculinity. And I want us to get into this. So I want us to begin with, hi, Angela. Thank you so much. And hi, sir. Welcome in, sir. Hi, Victory. So I want to get into this. I'm going to pull up a banner for you all to see. The banner says, masculine women tend to wear more makeup, hair, and nails to hide their masculinity. So when I go outside and I see this typically, I typically see this as well. The women who are wearing the most are typically the loudest. They are typically looking for the most attention, especially with the bright colors, especially with the overdoing of the femininity. So the idea is that if a woman is actually feminine, she does not have to try to show that within her by, how can I say this, by adding all these additions onto her. She doesn't need to have additions because she's feminine. She's beautiful. There used to be a thing way, way long time ago, and even if you go to the Middle East, you'll see this as well. You will see that the women who are done up excessively are typically seen as men, or they are seen as men who are trying to be women. What we call the T word in America. I don't know if I can use that word here on Mr. JR's internet. I don't know if I can do that, but you guys understand the TRANS. They are seen as those kind. Hi, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you so much for the sticker. So when we see women like that, we tend to think that they are men who are trying to look like women, because real women don't look like that. And even back in this country, I've heard this already, and I want to share it with you. I've heard people say that back in the day, when you saw a woman who was overdone, or you saw that it just looked too good to be true, or it's too much makeup or too much, because you knew that that was a man. That was a man who's trying to look like a woman. When you have all the excessive extensions that are all the way down to your butt and you're looking like something, it's because it's a man who's trying to look like a woman. He's trying so hard to look feminine. So now we have women who do the same thing. We have women who are looking like men who want to be women. Does that make sense? Instead of women accepting the natural look of a woman, and even having accessories, makeup, hair extensions, nails. There's nothing wrong with that. But the only problem is when it's in excess, when it's too much, when it's clearly not natural. Clearly, you could not have grown your hair that long. Clearly, your eyelashes, you cannot grow them that long. Clearly, your nails are not that long. And what about the bright colors? They have really bright colored nails, and you're like, okay, this is a little bit too much. But a long time ago, that would be seen, or that would be recognized as men trying to be women, because now there's almost no difference. And when you see a TRANS man versus a woman, an actual woman. Does that make sense? A lot of women are actually looking the same as the TRANS men. So they're looking the same. So what is the difference? Where can a man look at a woman and say, this is what a woman is. This is femininity. This is what I want. Because if you can look just like this TRANS man, you can look just like a man who wants to look like a woman. Why do I need you if you look just the same as the TRANS man? Right? This is why I'm asking, like, where do we have the boundary? When do we say, okay, this is enough? Or when do we say, you know what? Maybe we don't need that much to attract men. Maybe we don't need that much to look beautiful, right? Hi, Milton. He says, we need you back on Thursdays. No, that's all right. You know, JR has his vision, and he is, yeah, Thursday is, yeah. But thank you anyway. Thank you, Track Hawk Jizzy. I'm sorry. This name is Track Hawk Jizzy. Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, guys. I mean, this is why I say, like, back in, like, I remember a time, like, my grandparents would even say, when we were wearing too much makeup. If we were wearing too much makeup and I go in front of my grandparents, they'd say, you look like a man. Look like a man trying to be a woman. Take that off. It's too much colors. Like, I used to like blue eyeshadow. Yeah. I used to like blue eyeshadow. And clearly that does not go with me. It doesn't go with my look, clearly. But I used to like blue eyeshadow because I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a pretty color. So, and I used to wear the blue eyeshadow, and my grandparents would look at me and say, you look like a man. You look like a JR, am I allowed to say it? Can I just say the word? Because God, you're not letting me be great. The internet is not letting me be great. Okay. A she-man. She-man. Man-she. He-she. You understand? You look like that. That's the point. So this is what I want to say. When you see all of these women, and this is just so common now, if you look on TikTok, Instagram, all these other websites that hold on, I don't look at it. I don't know. I don't have accounts on them. I I don't deal with it, but I've seen it on YouTube because everything seeps over into YouTube, and I can see it. Where all the women, it's the trend, and it looks really nice. The long nails with the super cute designs and the rhinestones and colors, and it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful to me. But one thing I can't do, I can't say that in real life, in an everyday life, that you look good. I don't think it looks good in everyday life. It's a form of art, not a form of daily life. Thank you, Maximus Prime. He says, protect the mirror at all costs. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What do you think? What do you think? The next thing I want to bring up to you. Now, this is going to get personal. This is going to get personal with me, and I want to be open with you all just a little bit because you've been with me for what, 9 months now? Oh, jeez. Oh my God, you guys have been with me for so long now. You guys have known me for almost 9 months, guys. 9 months. And I want you guys to know something about me. I'm going through something right now. I'm going through something rather serious. I'm going through a change within myself. I'm finding something that I've lost, something that I needed. And I'm going back to it because I must. And the banner says, how important is hair to non-Black women? Because I saw that Kayla and Kay, they did a stream a long time ago, and I watched it. It was about hair. And I know that hair in the Black community is a very big deal, and it's a very big part of uh, the Black woman's beauty is her hair. For us, non-Black, our hair, you guys see me today. I'm not exposing my hair today. I'm not. And I want to stay this way. I want to stay this way because I'm not, I've had a long time of you guys seeing me just in the normal way that you guys know me, but I want to change to be something different. And I used to cover my hair before a while ago, whatever, but I stopped. I've gone through this maybe 2 times where I stopped covering my hair. You guys know I'm a Muslim woman. I stopped because of many reasons. The first time I stopped was after 9/11. The second time I stopped was, um, well, around 6 years ago. So, um, how important is hair to non-Black women? Hair is uber important for us. It is so important that Muslim women, we cover our hair because we believe that our hair is our covering. Your hair is your cover. Your hair it is something that is the beauty of a woman is in her hair. Yeah. So when a Muslim woman takes that step and she says, I will not expose my hair to the world, I'm going to take that away. It is powerful in a lot of ways because not only is she dimming her looks down for the rest of the world so that she will be seen in a different light, but she's saving it for whoever she wants to give it to, whoever she wants to expose herself to. Um, Thank you, Samuel. He says, your hijab is much friendlier than my favorite hat. What? I don't get that. I don't understand. But thank you so much. So, Angela says, your hair is your glory. So, did you guys know that like in many cultures, the longer the hair, the more beautiful the woman is seen as. If she has really long hair, she's seen as healthy. She's seen as beautiful. She's seen as sometimes even pure because you leave your hair virgin. You let your hair be virgin. You don't thin it out. You don't mess with it. You let your hair be long and flowing. Beauty is so hard for us women. So when I speak about the over beautification, when we sit here and we do these extra long nails and extra long extensions and extra this and extra makeup, because God forbid I look like myself or I look like how I would naturally, because I don't know if it's a self-esteem thing. It can be in some cases, but there is a point where it gets to be too much, and we start looking the opposite of what the goal is. We don't look more beautiful with more, rather we look uglier with too much. Thank you, Layla. Thank you so much. She says, "Mashallah, you look amazing." Ramadan countdown. Yes, definitely. I'm excited. Thank you, Luke Hasley. Thank you. So nice to see you here, girl. Um, Thank you, Samuel. He says, "My favorite hat, the one with the big middle finger on it." Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. So, right. So this is the thing that I'm trying to tell you guys, and this is important to me for this reason. This is the reason why I brought up this topic that I wanted to share with you all, because there is a change going on within myself, and I want to share it with you all. You guys are gonna see it anyway. You're gonna see it. This is gonna be an obvious change. So you're gonna see it, but I want to just explain to you slightly what it's gonna be. The next one, raptor claw nails and eyelashes. Where did they originate? Because there's an origin story to all of this. You guys know that. Now, the raptor claw nails, one thing I'm going to say about those things is that it's not sanitary. That's all I'm saying. It's just not sanitary. I'm not going to explain why it potentially can't be sanitary, but you guys can use your own imaginations. Use your imagination and wonder why it's not sanitary. So there's a lot of things that can be unsanitary about that. The next one is the eyelashes. The eyelashes actually have an origin, and I'm going to explain it to you right here. I'm going to pull it up. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I am looking at this article that I want to share with you. This is from the Insider. The origin of these long eyelashes or eyelash extensions, it began back in 1899 when women were having eyelashes implanted onto their eyelids with needles. Now, this was a very dangerous process. A lot of infections happened, and it was horrendous for the women. There were also some women who even attempted to glue human hair to their eyelids instead of threading it. But the method wasn't too successful, and as you guys know, the hair will fall off. Why were they doing this? Why were they making these eyelash extensions? Why is that seen as something beautiful? I'll explain to you why. There is a man. I wonder if I can bring up his name. Let me see if I have his name here. His last name is Pliny. Pliny or Pliny. So this was back in the 1800s, guys. This man, he is the reason why this eyelash obsession began. So, in his opinion, he said that long eyelashes was related to chastity. That if a woman had long eyelashes, that meant that she was virgin, that she was untouched. That meant that she was still very innocent and pure. Because long eyelashes to him meant that she was kind of baby-like. Does that make sense? Kind of like babies. How you see babies, a lot of babies have these really long, beautiful eyelashes. And that if the more a woman had relations, the more she had sex, she lost her eyelashes. The shorter her eyelashes would become as she continued being unpure. So he said, if a woman has very long eyelashes, that means she's chaste, which means that she's pure, or she is what's the word? You could say untouched. You could say that she's clean. However you want to put it in your mind, the word you ever want to use. So if a woman was seen with short eyelashes, he made a determination that her eyelashes fell out from excessive sex. And so it was especially important for women to keep their eyelashes long to prove their chastity, to prove their purity, which is clearly just looking back on these kind of things, it's just absurd. But this is when the eyelash obsession started, was back in the late 1800s. Okay. From there, in 1899 was when they started doing the first extensions, where they would put needles inside of the eyelid. So many women got infected. It was just horrendous. Now, we may think that, this obsession of wearing these eyelashes, these glue on eyelashes is new. No, this has been a trend that has come and gone. But never, never, never in history have we seen it come to this level where it's like you have 1 inch, 1.5 inch lashes hanging off of women's faces. Never have we seen something so ridiculous. We have women wearing rhinestones. Rhinestones. At least it could be a Swarovski. It's a rhinestone in their eyelashes. We have different color eyelashes. So this is the first time that we've seen it be so extreme, and I think it's also a sign of the times. This is just the times. We can't just do it. We have to do it big because we are in the 21st century, and whatever we do, we have to do it big, right? And also blush. Now, blush, I haven't seen it being worn out so much, but blush is another thing that comes from, it has an origin with the sexual flush that a woman gets when you're either aroused, when you're shy, when you like someone. You get that natural color in your skin, and that is very cute to a lot of men. It's cute. Not to women, we just think, oh, it's just it's a blush, it's a color, but it comes from something. So, guys, with the nails and the lashes, I want to bring up that point that I heard. Like I said, when I heard this point being spoken, it made so much sense to me that the women who do this excessive makeup, excessive hair, excessive everything is because you're trying to hide an inner masculinity. Inner masculinity, so you're trying to conceal that with a feminine shield, the femininity shield of saying, I'm feminine because I'm doing what women do. But you're not doing that. You're doing what men who want to be women do. Because an actual woman, a natural woman, is the best thing that you can be. You don't need to add. Okay? So I think we'll leave that there, right? Are we good? All right. So I want to bring in Mr. Westside Kulik. Hello,
Check.
hello.
How you doing?
And Mr. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, how you doing there? Great subject there. What you talking about
Thank you
here?
so much. Sorry, JR. Sorry, I meant to, yeah. And then also, can I get Mr. Truth to give me a wave? Thank you so much. All right. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. What do you guys think about the subject? Am I off? Do you guys see what I see? Is the excessive makeup, excessive hair, excessive additives, is this a sign of hiding a masculine core?
Most definitely is. It is. And I want to add some talking points to what you were talking about too with the eyelashes. And I'm not gonna get too much onto it because I don't want to, flag the channel, nothing like that. But also the eyelashes, y'all can do research on this. It was for women that were selling themselves to catch certain fluids. And I'll just keep it at that. So these women that are wearing this these long fingernails and all this makeup. Yes, it's very masculine. Personally, a lot of men, if you ask them, women that they want to date and marry, they don't want all these women to have all this makeup on and all that. Now, if it's a woman they're just joking around with, they might tolerate that. But really, men, we don't even really like that. A lot of this stuff is for you women out there. When y'all are out there flashing your pocketbooks and your shoes and stuff like that, this is really just like a woman on woman type beauty combat situation, if you will. Um, and the thing with the hair you were talking about too, Amir, like back in the day, when I look at the pictures of my family and the women, they didn't have these weaves and extensions and all this kind of stuff. They had their hair as it is. It grew down to their back. It grew down how it's supposed to grow. But you look at these women nowadays, they worship this synthetic hair. They're getting this hair from animals, sometimes dead women. Sometimes
Mhm.
they rip this hair off from East Indian girls and forcing them,
Correct.
to sell their hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of these girls too are ruining their hair based off how they eat, their attitude, their spirit, you know what I'm saying? And just their overall vibe. So this is why they're worshiping these synthetic demonic things, because if you study witchhood is about putting on makeup, this weave, selling your body. Again, I always say this on the channel here and on your segment here. A lot of this is a part of the demonic feminism nation.
So when I want to share something with you guys, before I got married, my husband did make it a requirement that I washed my face before. I believe it was maybe our third date that we were. Yeah, I think it was our third date. But you got to remember, for our culture, the parents are there on our dates because they want to make sure there's no checka happening. So, God, that's so embarrassing. But yeah, so the parents are there. So for us. when I went there, I had my full face of makeup because I was so excited. I was going on a date with my new soon to be husband. So go there, full face of makeup. My husband made me take off my makeup. He just, that was the date, literally. Okay, this date is for you to take off your makeup. I was like, what? I did not appreciate that. But it was embarrassing. I even looked to my dad like, Bubba, I don't have to do this, right? He's like, you heard the man, that's your new husband. Take off your makeup. I'm like, oh my God. But it's important. And for the men out there, I recommend you all do the same. Make your woman take off her makeup before you marry her. Mr. Truth, how are you?
I'm pretty good about yourself.
Doing well, thank you. What do you have on the topic?
Well, to answer your question, you said that is makeup a a a a behavior to cover masculinity. That was your question, right?
Yes.
Well, to answer your immediate question, no. In my opinion, I believe that makeup is, to a degree, is sorcery. It's to, I would say, it is a insecurity at the highest level. It's an insecurity on beauty. It's a way to um, trick not only men but women into thinking that you are something that you are not. And me being a very conservative man, and I just got married in August. Um, I my wife she's about 5'10", dark skinned, and very conservative as well. Um, and what I've noticed in my life is women who use a lot of makeup, the fake eyelashes, they
Mm,
tend to bring with them a certain behavior that's unbecoming of women. No, it's unbecoming of a certain aspect of femininity that I like.
mm-hmm.
Um, I
So
think.
wait, can I?
Go ahead.
So you said that you don't believe that it brings masculinity.
I don't believe that it covers. I don't. Well, I was answering your first question. I don't
Uh
believe
huh.
that it cover it. It's women. It could be you. I mean, your theory could be just as valid as mine, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that it does not cover them feeling that they are masculine. I think it's them. I think that overt makeup that makes them look like a cartoon character. I
Mm.
think it's a sense of sorcery.
So let me ask you this really quickly.
Sure.
If that's the case, why do we see so many women that tend to have these extra additives? Why do we see that their behavior in particular, the women who are dressed like this, the women who
Yeah.
have these additives, their behavior tends to be more loud, more obnoxious, more aggressive,
Yeah.
more uh, all of these. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? It's
Yeah.
definitely not demure. The majority of the women that I see who have these extra additives are not typically demure and sweet and
No,
kind
they're
and
not. It's
quiet.
Yeah. Well, it's an aspect of rebellion, I think, and one of the reasons why this exists is because I have to blame men for it. Well, not me, but men allow women to get tattoos, to get these silly eyelashes, to get this ridiculous, to wear ridiculous makeup, and I think that what happens is that um, women need to be led, and most women will agree with that. But when you allow that Jezebel nature out, women will they will get the tattoos, they will get the eyelashes, they will make themselves caricatures of of a wild banshee to a degree, and that's why you see the wild women who are tatted up, asses showing, um, makeup all over. They're the ones who are fighting. They're the ones who are loud. They're the ones who are obnoxious compared to conservative women who are covered up with no makeup. It's just a I don't know. I mean, I've made videos about it. I've made several videos about how men should avoid the tattoos, loud talking, certainly makeup, and it comes with the territory.
Can I
It's
get
almost like approaching a colorful frog. You wouldn't approach a colorful frog, would you? Because it's something is wrong.
poisonous? It's poison,
Poisonous,
yeah.
right? So just like
That's how
a colorful
nature.
woman is poisonous, like colored hair, all that nonsense. Absolutely not.
That's how
It-
nature tells us when something is poisonous. Miss
correct.
Simone, what do you have on this?
Hey, Ameera, how are you?
Hi, good. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Good. And hi, everyone on the panel. I wanted to add to the conversation because that's something I always say. The shorter the nails, the classier the girl.
Mm,
And I think it's you mentioned that they were masculine because they're usually loud. I think it's the attention that they want. So I don't know if I would necessarily classify them as masculine. It depends on your definition of masculine. But a lot
mm,
of times these women who go overboard with the nails and the lashes and the lace fronts and stuff, and
Yeah,
even the length of the hair, it's
mm-hmm.
just the attention that they're seeking. Um, so I don't know if you would call that masculine or not, but I just see as unladylike
Well, let me ask you
rather.
this. Is it feminine for a woman to require that the world looks at her, that requires that the whole room notices her when she comes in? Is that femininity?
That's not feminine. So I guess that's a good question. That's a good one. So yeah, I guess it would be masculine then. If she's constantly seeking attention from outside sources.
agreed.
So, okay. So, let me ask you all this. When you all see that there's this epidemic, do you guys remember a time when the elders used to tell you to take off so much makeup because you're starting to look like a God,
Gucci.
I want to say it. Can I say it, JR? Please let me say it. A he she. There you go. I'll just say it there. A he she. Because you're starting to look like a he she. There's a certain point in time when you put on so much makeup that you're getting the opposite effect of what you wanted. You want it to be more beautiful. You want it to feel more confident. But in the end, you feel more confident, but you look less beautiful. So, do you remember a time when the elders used to tell you that you're starting to look like a he she? How many women have you seen today that look the same as the men that are trying to look like women? Look exactly the same because they are wearing the same weaves. Is someone's oh, that's Mr. Coolidge maybe. Because they're wearing the same weave, the same wig. I saw a lady recently. Oh my gosh. I went to the mall. I saw a lady, you could tell clearly she's wearing a wig because ladies, don't fool yourselves. Wigs look like wigs. They do look like wigs. No one thinks that that is natural. So this lady was wearing a wig. The wig was down her butt, in the going through her butt crack, so long. It was disgusting. And then I'm sitting there looking at it like, oh my gosh. Because if it were actual hair, you see ladies, you see like maybe Indian ladies who have super long hair, they typically put it in a braid or a bun. If it's that long, they put it in a braid or a bun. But wearing that long, it just looks unsanitary and it clearly looks wrong. It clearly looks fake. So that's what I'm saying. When you have women doing that and men do the same thing, when do we show the difference as women? When do we show men you can't imitate us? You cannot be us because we are women and we look like women. You can't look like us. No matter how much makeup you try to put on, no matter how much you can't look like us. Right now, men are looking like us because we look like them.
And then plus too, I mean, when you listen to these women, when you hear them talk, their voices are very deep nowadays. Very deep. I remember when I was younger, their voices were not as aggressive, not as masculine too. So a lot of these women that have all this makeup on and the fake clown hair and the fake this and that and all that. You listen to their tonality or how deep their voice is. I mean, they're at my deepness, and I don't like that. I don't want to be with a girl that's got all this makeup on. She's aggressive. You know, she walks. And again, these women currently I live in this Washington D.C. area. And these women here, if you see them walking in the city, they walk very aggressive. They walk like men. They talk like men. They look like men. And I'm
You
like,
bring up a
there's
good
no
point.
difference.
You
I
bring up
think
a
the
really good point about the walking, the mannerisms. I see someone in the chat saying that they could have cancer, they could have something. But no, no, no. Look, look, you could say that. That could be true. It could be. But a woman, I've seen cancer patients, the majority of them do not want to have extra attention on them that they're wearing a wig. Typically, they're not going to have something that's so obnoxious. They're going to wear something that looks more natural, like shorter. They're not going to wear it like that. So I seriously doubt that. And especially with the trends that are happening today, this is not for cancer patients. The majority of this is just women who have actual hair. I see women look on YouTube. There's tutorials everywhere. Women just braiding their hair and then pulling this on. So I don't know. I don't believe that it is all just because out of necessity. It's a trend. Am I wrong?
I think it comes where they're overcompensating, honestly. The one that annoys me the most is the eyelashes, because I mean, we can argue that your hair is that long. Let's give you the benefit of the doubt, but nobody's like eyelashes like that.
Mm.
And they continue to just, I think social media influence them too, because of the echo chamber, and
Yeah.
other women are saying, do you do what makes you happy? And then when men say, we don't like this, they're like, you're trying to bash us, you're trying to keep us down. um so nobody can really tell us that it's not cute. If we say it's not cute, it's we're hating. So
Well, yeah, and the moment that I say it, I notice that a lot of women come and say, "Oh, it could be cancer. It could be alopecia, alopecia. It could be alopecia. It could be something else. It could be. It could be. Yeah, it could be that. It could be. But that doesn't make it right to wear that kind of look. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look right. So, I mean, you could argue that it could be something else. It could be. We all know that it could be, but the majority of time, that's not what it is. For women who argue for the small minority of chances that it could be versus what it most likely is absurd. It's possibility versus probability. The probability is that it's most likely the trend that she's following because it's in style right now to wear this. It's in style versus the possibility that she could be sick.
Yeah, and then to add to another talking point here, like again, if men don't know any better and they don't know true femininity, women can train men what to like. And what I'm saying is, if you're a little boy and all you see, whether you be your mother, your auntie, whatever you guys grew up with nowadays, but I had a mom and dad in my house, so I saw a balance there. But if you're out in the world and all you see is women wearing these wigs and weaves, and you got these so-called black women got this straight hair that's East Indian hair, Brazilian, you can't get mad at some of these men that actually want to get with the real type of women that wear that hair. Because I'm seeing these comments in here about curly hair and all this. Again, if whatever women I'm dating, white, black, or green, whatever, I want the hair that's coming out of her scalp. I don't want nothing that she bought from a store or an animal or nothing like that. Whatever's coming out of your scalp and how God made you, that's why I like you. So I heard about this, she talking about she can't win because the black men in life want the straight hair. I've been with some so-called black women with curly hair. I loved it. As long as it's real hair and you start training men to accept you, because this is for women. This ain't about men. This is y'all trying to be like somebody else and all this kind of stuff like that. This is about women and women and all that kind of thing. Y'all competing against each other. My thing is
It
show your
is.
true self and be confident and stop being masculine. And it is very masculine when you got all this makeup on. Y'all look like buffoons and clowns. Y'all know y'all do. You look like dumb robots, some transformers.
The thing is, and it's competition between women. And this is why I say when women get ready, when we get dressed in the morning, it's not for the pleasure of the men. Women, am I wrong? We're not getting dressed for the men. We're getting dressed for the other women who are out there. Everything is competition. We can't be caught looking worse than everyone else, right? So at this point, is it that the competition has exceeded to this absurd amount to the point where we're just looking bad and we don't realize it? Because I tell you why. I looked recently at, I mean, I watch old movies. I watch old movies and I watch how women used to look. I watch how they had those street interviews. Do you guys remember? It was the late 90s, early 2000s. They had these street interviews in New York. I don't know if you guys remember this time, but this was right when like IBM was happening and some other stuff. I was watching those interviews and you could see the women walking. Now, this is everyday women walking on the street. You saw women that they were so beautiful. They were thin. They were, I mean, not even just thin. They were just in shape. They didn't look, uh, they didn't look soft and mushy. They looked decently good, and their skin was clean. They didn't have all this kicked up makeup. They wore, oh my god, they were just so beautiful. And I looked today, and I went to the mall the other day with my husband. And I'm like, this isn't the same. And so my husband, it's not the same. So I don't know. I mean, oh, Patty Cakes, can I get you to just give me a wave before you come in? You don't have to be on camera on the panel. I just need you to give me a wave before I let you in. Okay. You
May
can
I
turn off your camera now if you want.
say something?
Hi, Patty Cakes. Yes?
Um, so what I've noticed about society, and I'm a little bit older than you guys. I'm 37. Like you said, in the 90s, even in the black community, the standard of beauty was not thick or fat women. and that's not to be offensive to anybody. It was thin women, and it wasn't just the Black American community. It was pretty much throughout the diaspora.
Everywhere.
And even if you think about the supermodels of yesteryear, black women wanted to look like Naomi Campbell. They wanted to look like who's the other one? The one with the big forehead, Tyra Banks. They wanted to look like these women back in the day. But I'm gonna go even deeper. I think that a lot of this, what we like, the gentleman on above me said, the clown, how women today, some women look like clowns with all this makeup and hair. We are embracing looking like freaks as the norm. You see it in rap now. You see it even in bodybuilding, like the bodybuilding competitions now. These athletes, these bodybuilders look like monsters. They don't have that Greek V-shaped god-like body like Arnold Schwarzenegger did in the 70s. These It's like it's everything to me is just running in tandem. Being morbidly obese is being accepted. I had a friend say being an ugly short rapper is accepted now, and not, but just the way that they are presenting themselves with tattoos all over the face and looking crazy like a witch or a wizard almost. And so I think that our culture, Western culture to a degree, is degrading to something that may have no turning point, but hopefully it does.
Mr. Williamson, can I get you to give me a sign of life? Thank you so much. Miss Patty, welcome in, welcome in. Do you have anything on the topic? Do you disagree with any of us?
Uh, I I think it's a pure competition with women. I think, for example, I'm natural. I don't have no piercings. I don't have no long nails. I don't have any. I don't have any of that. And I've had a friend that come to me and say something like, "Girl, you should put some. If you get a weave, if you get this, you look better and blah blah blah." And I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to look good for women. I'm trying to look like me for men.
Oh my
So
God.
like it just, the competition is my nails are long. Let me get longer, pretty nails. I got these eyelashes. Let me get the. It's such a horrible thing to see many, especially in my community, and I'm in DC. I see pink wigs. Last night I saw a girl with a pink wig and a pink coat. I saw another girl, with a ponytail. She had blue hair, it's just, and then long, like twisted nails. It's insane. But I don't know how to get us back to being natural. Like, if natural is cool, natural is cool.
I wanna clarify to everyone. I'm not saying that everyone has to be natural. There's nothing wrong with getting a little bit here, a little bit there, adding if you want some thickness to your hair, add some extensions, you want to add a few inches, there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm talking about is the excessive use of these things where your lashes are an inch and a half or more, right? Where you're flying away literally, and then you just all of the colors and the nails that go out 8 inches nails. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking about any additions. Additions, there's nothing wrong with additions. You all know I like additions too. I wear acrylic sometime too, but never will you see me with my acrylic like this. You'll never see that. Or if I wear an eyelash extension, I'm not going to have it all the way out there because it looks absurd. These are the things I'm speaking about for those who are trying to say, "Oh, you are going against us wearing anything." I'm not. I'm not because I do it too, but I wouldn't do it in an excess like that. Does that make sense?
May I ask the panel a question?
Sure.
Piggybacking off what you said, Amira, do
Sure.
you guys think that it's just a lack of knowledge? Like, they don't know that those long nails and eyelashes are not attractive, or do you guys think that they know and they just don't care?
They know. They know clearly. A lot of these women today are very, 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 very smart, but they're very, very dumb. But they know. They know. Because I asked them. I asked a chick in the grocery store one time. I said, I don't mean to be blunt or brash, but I said, how do you wipe with those long? And she laughed or whatever. But she said, this is what she told me. This is the truth. This is the truth. She told me she takes the toilet paper and wraps it around a nail and gets to her business. And I'm thinking, like, this is This is wild, but they know. They know. Again, I keep saying this to y'all. This is part of the demonic witchcraft that this Western civilization wants to create, and they want to make sure there's a split between men and women and a competition in the war all the time. This is what it's about. This is the witchhood. They know. They know.
No, no way. No, when you said that, when you said wrap it around your hands, the only thing that I could think about was if the nails extend beyond the toilet paper.
That's what you told me. That's
Hey,
The physics of this.
y'all making brother man uncomfortable right there.
That is that's why I say it's unsanitary. It's not sanitary to be that long. It's not. There's a reason why we shouldn't grow. Oh my god. So did you guys hear the origins of the eyelashes? Did you guys hear the origins that Mr. Wait, one second. Let me pull up his name. Mr. Plina or Pliny. Mr. Pliny said that a woman with long eyelashes is chaste. That means that she's probably virgin. She's either pure or she hasn't had sexual relations yet. Because once a woman starts having too many sexual relations, her eyelashes get shorter or they fall off from constantly being in the bedroom. And I'm assuming the physics of this means that he's saying that rubbing against bed sheets maybe is making the eyelashes fall off. I don't know. I know. Look at Mr. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but this is I'm confused. Like what? Yeah. So he said long eyelashes is equated to chastity and purity. What do you think about that?
I have no idea, and I'm not gonna comment on that. As that's not something I can comment on because I know nothing about it. So I'm not saying it's true or
No, you
it's
can
not
speak.
true.
I can hear you. I can hear you, Mr. Truth. I can hear you.
Oh, I didn't want to cut anybody off, but I wanted to be a little bit controversial here. Is that all right? But I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to. Okay.
They're gonna come for you. Be careful.
If now, guys, this is just my opinion. I hold these truths to be my own. I don't expect anybody to believe this. I hope this doesn't go viral. If you look at the superior cultures of the planet, let's take the Asian culture. If you look at the Japanese compared to the Cambodians, the Philippines, the Malaysians, I hate to say this, but the Japanese are more conservative. The women look normal. They don't have all these piercings like the other Asian groups. They don't have all these tattoos like the other
I
Asian
don't
groups.
know about that.
Well, just hear me out. Hear me out for a minute.
Well, he said
Typically,
he's gonna be controversial, so
hold on for a second. Give me a second. Typically, if you look at the Asian culture, the superior Asian group is the Japanese. And if you just look at their appearance, it's better than the other Asian groups. Now, if you look at the African culture, I'm Nigerian by the way, but if you look at the African culture, the more primitive Africans tend to still practice scarification and all types of. Just hear me out. They tend to be less conservative. If you look at some of the groups that still practice ways of the past, they typically, again, they have tattoos, branding ceremonies, etc. Now, look at the Jewish culture. They're very conservative. They don't really have tattoos. They don't really dress provocative, and they're more successful than other groups of people. If you look at Arabs tend to be very conservative and look at their culture. What I'm saying is, I really believe that conservatism, propel,
conservatism.
yeah,
Mhm.
compare it propels society. I think that excessive tattoos, excessive earrings, excessive all types of scarification things. I think it's like a digression or something. Now
I
that's just
see.
my belief. I don't want anybody to believe, but I've always believed that. Because we got to think, even with black people in America, I hate to say this, if you go back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, if you just look at how black people looked, they dressed nice typically when they went outside. They behaved a little bit better and they had less tattoos, less earrings. They didn't have crazy colored hair. They didn't have eyelashes, etc. You can't find women twerking next to Martin Luther King during those marches. That's all I'm saying. And that, well, but hear me out. So, but look how black people in America transformed when they started with the tattoos, the scarification, the silly hair. So maybe there's a correlation. I'm gonna mute myself up, but that's just what I believe. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, does anybody want to respond before I do?
yeah. Great talking points. By the way, I can't see your name, brother, there, but I can't see your name.
Chaotic truth.
How you doing? Chaotic Truth, man.
Mhm.
Much respect to the panel again. Ameera, great topic here. When I was in Japan, I would have to kind of disagree. A lot of those women were getting a lot of these surgeries to make their eyelids look very, if you will, European. They were wearing a lot of this lightening cream and stuff, trying to make their skin look very porcelain and light and white, if you will. And I would say pretty much that whole Asia area of there is pretty much on that same type of ritual there. Keyword
Yeah.
ritual. So I'll have to kind of disagree on that. And also over in Japan, even the mainstream women are selling their bodies too. If you guys don't know, but you go over there. I mean, it's some bad ones over there. They're selling out there. Trust me, I would know. But anyway, I want to get back to the conservative thing, and I agree. If you have a discipline, if you have a culture, and you have a strategy you abide by, I notice whatever society or culture it may be, they're always successful and balanced. But nowadays, men and women, but in particular women, they're just like, we're going to be the most just chaotic type of people nowadays. And I'm just being real. Let's just like a lady said in the bottom, I forgot your name there. I'm currently living in DC. These are the worst type of women in this country. I've said this and I've said this to y'all again. If you're looking for a wife or a girlfriend, don't move here. No matter what color they are, these women are very, very insane. I'm telling you, this feminism, just like the ladies in the bottom, they're wearing this pink. I mean, I see the circus every day. I mean, it is sad. It's sad. And I don't support it because I ask them, like, why y'all do this? I ask them these questions. All this stuff I say, I ask them this. So people in the chat room, like, okay, you ain't changing nothing like that. I go out there and ask, why are you doing this? Why are you disrespecting yourself, your ancestors, and femininity? When y'all women wearing this clothes out here with your stuff out and all this, you're disrespecting your femininity. Not just me, but you're disrespecting femininity. Why don't you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I-
go ahead.
Go ahead, young lady.
Okay. So I think they think that's femininity, in a sense, and also they have the attitude. They will tell you, who you think you are. These are my nails. I'm gonna wear them the way that I want to wear them. I do what I want to do. I don't care if I got my what's the little things they wear, like the hair bonnets. I don't care about. I'm on my way to go get my hair done. Who are you? Oh, you irritated. Like, it's crazy. They have an attitude, and I think they think it is a sense of femininity when it really isn't, and they don't know because they haven't been taught, basically.
So you see that goes back to my question earlier. Like, if they think these extra lashes and these extra nails and hair is femininity, or if they just don't care that it's not. So I'm sorry, the lady below me, you're saying that you think they think the longer their hair is, the more feminine they are.
Yes.
Can I say something real quick? To the gentleman that's above me, I got to give you some pushback. Okay, so you and I both know, since you said you've been to Japan, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. You and I both know that Japan has, I think they're number 2 or number 3 with their GDP, correct?
Mhm.
They are a very wealthy nation.
Mhm.
Let's be completely honest. You may have seen certain elements of culture in terms of beauty, but let's be honest. The women who are in parliament, the women who are affluent, they don't walk around like that, and neither do any nation. The people, like, for example, I was on a panel one time talking about dreadlocks, and I said, well, if dreadlocks are accepted in certain Caribbean cultures, why aren't the part? Why isn't Parliament in Jamaica? How come they don't wear dreadlocks? How come they don't wear that? And the Jamaicans actually said that that's not the standard of beauty in Jamaica. So what I'm saying is that there could be an argument here that when you're dealing with certain cultures, the reason why you don't see the Maasai in power is because they kind of are backwards. And it's because they don't change the way that they dress. I mean, typically you want to look like the people in power. So yeah, there may be a counterculture in Japan, but there are no geishas in it's geisha or geisha. I've never been to Japan. My brother lived there, but it's geisha, right? There are no geishas that are in parliament. There are no geishas that are heading major companies in Japan, and you know that. You know that.
I would kind. I don't want to get too much because that I don't. We'll get things flagged and stuff. All I'm saying is on the other tip, like I'm just saying they do have a problem issue with the lightning and makeup and all that cream and all that kind of stuff and that's what I'm saying. That's their weave in makeup is over there. Lightning, just lightening their skin to change the eyelids, the cheek reconstruction surgery. That's what I'm talking about. They're not wearing weaves and makeup and getting the big booties and the BBLs. They're doing that. I'm telling you. And the whole other thing, trust me, it's going on at a higher level too. That's what I was trying to hint at there. But I don't want to get too much into that.
I wanna bring up a point to his to Mr. Truth's point. He was speaking about how conservatism pushes people forward. I want to give you guys a little insight, right? So back in the time of a leader back in the 1940s that we refuse to say his name in Germany. So back to a leader in the 1940s that we refuse to say his name. He said that women, a proper German woman, right? She is not thin. She is not fat. She is husky. She's muscular and she's a hard working woman. She also wears no makeup, not an ounce of makeup. Any German woman that wears a makeup, she's not a proper German woman. Okay? This is what you say when you brought about societies and staying conservative and staying the natural way that we should be and pushing people forward this way. That was part of a lot of leaders who typically, I don't know, how can I say this? Leaders who are a little bit dictator-like, they tend to say this about their people because they know that keeping the people this way will make them stronger in the end, where we're not dependent on these superficial things in order to move forward. Mr. Williamson, you have not said anything since you've been on the panel.
All right. So, in terms of conservatism, I don't think that's the right thing to say. It's more of cultural stuff. Like in America, if you want to use that word, they just want to, like the conservative movement here, they believe that you are responsible for your own well-being. So you have your own right to live your life the way you want, but all the actions that you take, you are responsible for that, good and bad. That's really what the conservative movement here is about. More of cultural thing, like the Arabic and Muslim, let me just say Muslim culture. Um, I'm from Nigeria as well. So we do have, there are people in the city, like in Lagos and Port Harcourt, the big city, right? They are more spoiled. They are more exposed to, international media. So they pick up a whole lot from, right? So they don't believe in culture back there in the city. While people in the villages, that's why most people come from the cities when they are ready to get wife to the village to pick their wives
True.
because they have not been tainted that much.
Mm-hmm.
Am I off here, my brother? Okay. So in Japan, the same thing. This is everywhere. We don't have much exposure to the Japan people himself because we don't see much of them, and the one that they allow out is their own portrayal of their women there makes men come from all over trying to get their women to marry their women from there. But why are there men not marrying their women like that? They see what they're working with, right? So just because Nigerians, people here, they keep asking me, man, you need to hook me up with some of your African sister, man, because women here, they tripping, right? I can't marry no one from here. I'm like, they're just as bad in Nigeria too. It's just what you don't know, you don't know, right?
Wait, Mr. Williamson, can I ask you about that point? How
Yeah.
how could you say that? Because you see what we have in the West. You see what we
Mm-hmm.
have in the West.
Yes.
And I refuse to believe that women in Nigeria are the same or
Mm-hmm.
worse than what we have here. I refuse to believe that. I
Okay.
believe there's issues everywhere,
Okay.
but
Then
nothing can be worse.
unless you are willing to go to the village, like I said, to a language that you don't know, because most women in the village don't speak English like that, right?
Yeah.
Only people that in the city speak English fluently. You can understand them. The people in the village, you can't really understand because they are used to their dialogues. They don't really have that much education. Unless you are willing to go there and marry, that's when you're going to get the real authentic women that have not been exposed too much. And then even with those people, the more exposure they get, the more they become modern women. Just because most women don't have that exposure doesn't mean they don't have that in them. Because when their friends come back from Lagos or Port Harcourt or in the main city and come home, they went all short scared and everything. They just don't have the means to get it. If they could, they would.
So you're saying
So
the reason why they're not is because they don't have the
they don't
opportunity
have the
to do
means.
it.
Yeah.
But
In
if they did,
America,
they
they
would.
do. In America, they do.
I still don't believe that. I still give you pushback because I just have never seen Nigerian Americans, the Nigerians that come here. I've never seen
Do
any of
you
the
do you
women.
also know that most Nigerian women that are here, they are more feminist than American women?
Yes,
They
they
are
are.
more feminist than
Oh,
American women.
feminists. Oh, you said feminists, not feminine.
Yes, because they
I
have rejected, I'm telling you, they reject more of our own culture. They really have. I don't know if my brother can tell you, the one that he knows. It's just a few of them that have been raised by their parents, that they truly love their parents and love their dad, that will really still be in their femininity. Other than that, most of them wants to do their own thing, especially the one that go to school here.
yeah.
Woo-wee. I'm just saying, it's just exposure. Exposure is, like I
I
said,
I I didn't know that. That's one thing I
yeah.
didn't know. I would have never known because, like I said, the Nigerian people that I see here are very strict, very religious, very very conservative. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen.
It might be that way, just like, let's say, your own culture, for instance. Your
Yes.
men are in the light right now, the non-light, because they pushing back from the Western world, pushing this culture on their women, right?
Yes.
And that's why they're using, okay, they treating their women this way, okay, this as a way of getting in and changing things there. The pushback that we are seeing in the Muslim land or world is because they don't want that in there in the first place. Nigeria is a little more lax, right? Because we have so many religions there that is like free for all. Is You can look at Nigerians as American with a lot of villages in the end. So other than that, Nigeria have taken on American culture so much that the people in the city, they're more thirsty than anybody else that you can see.
No. Yes,
So
Mr.
it's just more about
Truth.
opportunity.
Mr. Truth, your mic is not. Your mic isn't on.
I wanted to make a point to that. So I was born in the States. My parents came over here when they were teenagers, from Nigeria. Here goes the thing. He's absolutely right. And then also considering the fact that um, Nigeria is what's called, and my brother can agree with this. It's an emerging market. It's has the highest GDP in Africa, and I believe that Nigeria will be a superpower within the next 50 to 60 years. But Nigerians are embracing the West as fast as possible. That's why, I mean, they are gaining a strong foothold economically, and the more they step into the 21st century, Nigeria is going to further embrace a lot of westernized philosophy. Yeah. Oh,
Mr. Ace. Oops. Mr. Ace. Can I get you to? Hello, Mr. Absolute. Welcome in. Mr. Ace, can I get you
Assalamu
to give
alaikum.
me? Hello. Walaikum salam.
In
All right.
terms of
Welcome in.
Nigeria being the next power, I don't believe that's ever going to happen.
You don't believe it?
No, sir.
Oh,
You
okay.
want to know why?
Why is that?
They're too greedy.
I'm optimistic, but you live on the homeland, so hey,
No, I'm here in the state.
yeah.
I'm
Oh, you
in
in
the
the States?
state.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here 26 years now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've been here for a while. So anyway, um, greed is what sold Nigeria in the first place, and that's what's really killing this little nation as well in Africa. It's not like if we really have leaders that will say, okay, regardless of we don't care if we get your resource or not, we'll make our own resource here. Nigeria will be a better place in like less than 2 years. For instance, the current president we have right now, he was a president once in the
Yeah,
80s,
the
and
military.
the
He was a military.
way and the way he ruled back then was like an iron fist, right? If you do a crime, you do this. There's no getting away from it. It was like more military rules at that time. So when the election was in place, a lot of people had hope that he will win because they felt that, okay, if we ever win, Nigeria is going to go back to normal. There will be less corruption. There will be less, killing, and more better road, air, I mean, light, water and stuff. Better opportunity of development in Nigeria. That's why a lot of people, voted for him. As soon as he get in, the first, let me say, the first 3 weeks that he was in office, that he got in office, the whole of Nigeria was so peaceful. I mean, everything running smoothly. Where I hear a story where people at the gas station people, they try not to dupe people, like steal money from you, trying to overprice stuff like that. All that stuff within that 3 weeks. But after they felt, okay, he's not doing anything at all, okay, yeah, business as usual.
Can I to the talking point the lady said right there, Lou, I don't know how to say her name, Lou Castley 20.
Lou
That's
Cassidy.
yes. Lou Castley, yes. That's a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal statement you just said right there. I totally agree with you. I don't follow any IG models. I don't follow none of that stuff. But what she said right there is very, very, very potent. You men out here that are promoting and uplifting this demonic feminist behavior, this is our problem too. I do not follow these chicks. I'm gonna echo now. But I do
Yeah,
not
go.
follow it. I
I
do
got
not
it. I'll
follow
take care of
these.
it.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
got
do
it.
not follow these chicks or nothing like that. And I promote men to do the same. You're promoting a mental illness. These women out here with their, everything out, and the makeup and the fast life, them going to Dubai and them going to Germany, them going to Africa, them going here to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
We're promoting that. You may need to stop liking this stuff. You need to stop following it too. So she's totally correct right there. It's our part too, but I don't promote it. I don't care how.
Lou is
if I
always
can,
bringing the truth. I love it. Can I also get Mr. Absolute? Welcome in. Do you have
uh,
anything on the topic?
yes. So what prompted me to get on here, it was a Nigerian brother who was basically talking about how a lot of Nigerians that are in the states, like well, he was making the claim about Nigerian women.
Mm,
And okay, so I was talking with my uncle who's in Somali, and I was speaking with him over Messenger, and he was telling me about how he was experiencing the modernization occurring in Somali women in Somalia, right? Like of course it's not comparable, but there is growing, it's a growing issue. You know what I mean? And that's just the problem that we're having with this incoming great inversion, with all this stuff going down. But see, I go to Florida A&M University in Florida, and there's a lot of Nigerian women here, and what he was saying, it's a lot of truth to it. The terms of the feminist stuff, like the majority of the women who like like in leadership positions and feminists, they're
mm-hmm.
like Ghanaian and they're like Nigerian, and it's just crazy. But I mean, he was spot on.
You
Okay,
know
can I
what?
say
And
something?
I didn't get you guys' opinion. For the new people who just came in, is it a cover for masculine energy? Is it actually a cover to make yourself more feminine looking? Because a lot of people, just like Chantel says, a lot of people don't really know what real femininity or what real masculinity looks like. Because if you grew up in America in the last, I would say, 40 years, it's been really difficult to see proper femininity and proper masculinity because everything has been so mixed, everything has been so convoluted. Nobody Nobody wants to be toxic. Nobody wants to be restrained or constrained into a box. Nobody wants to be put into a box. So everyone has been, it all started with the tomboy. The girl was a tomboy. And then it turned into, well, she's masculine. And then it turned into, no, well, she just might actually want to be a boy. You know, we're going to help her out with this. And now it's what we have today where children can get procedures done without their parents' consent if they want to change their genders. So I don't. Do you all think that this is what's happening? That it's just a symptom of actual masculinity that they're trying to cover up, that the women do?
I don't think they even know that's what they're doing. It's just what they see and they feel okay, it's okay. Because I don't think they know that what they're doing is really polar opposite of what they're supposed to do. It's
Mr.
just
Alex,
they've seen so many over the years that, and let me be honest, I think the men are really at fault because a brother will smash anything that look like a woman. It don't matter what they're in. They will smash anything. That's I see some women that has kids. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But at least somebody had to take that for. But we got what my
what?
brother was talking about, Kulik.
What did you
Kulik
say?
was talking about earlier. I do mention
You
this
said
to
somebody has to take that fall. What?
I do have to anytime I see my sisters that I'm hanging out with them, I'm not just gonna walk up to somebody and say that to them. But like my coworkers or somebody I'm close to, right? I'm like, you look better with your natural hair. Like, let me give you an example. I'm working with one young lady. I saw her with her natural hair before. The next day, she came completely changed. I thought she was completely different. I didn't know. I'm like, hi, are you new? Did you? She's like, no. I'm like, oh. So the next time she went back to her natural hair, I'm like, sister, you look better with your natural hair. I didn't say nothing else to her that day when I saw her hair like that. I'm like, ooh, girl. So I let them know they look better the natural way. I don't even condone putting all these extras on there. I'm like, stay natural.
Can I
Stay
say something to
natural.
that, Mr. Williamson? Because I've had, okay, oh God, I'm gonna sound like devil's advocate right now. Let me contradict myself. I'm just joking. No, but when it comes down to men saying that to women, when you say, "I like your natural hair better," if you are not her husband and you come
Mm-hmm.
and tell her this,
Mm-hmm.
it can almost seem like you telling her something that she never denied. She never denied that her natural hair looks better than it, but if she wants to
No, she
change her
says something like
style,
that. She's
if she
like,
wants to change her style, then
no, it's too much work for her to take care of her natural hair. That's what she said. And I'm like, seriously, it's more likely that this women today have become more lazy, trying to get a quicker way out. Like before, we used to see the most you see on, especially on the African American, were extension, right, braided in their hair. So it still looked more natural. It wasn't weave, just like put it on, just like take it off. It's still on there. But now they just put the wig on and that's it. It's more the
I got something.
yes, Miss Patty.
go ahead.
I think it's A, about attention, and B, about convenience. That's,
AKA laziness.
I mean, I'm just letting you know from most women's standpoint.
How
So
can it be convenient, Miss Patty? I've seen
it,
the process that it takes to put this stuff on. It cannot be convenient to do that.
no, no, but see that the
Can I get
putting
away?
putting the putting the makeup on is not a convenience. Dealing with your natural hair as a black woman can
Christina?
be an inconvenience. Therefore, I'm gonna slap a thing on my head, and then put my lace front or my whatever on, and comb it, and it'll take 5 minutes for me to get up and go. That way I have more time to do my makeup. I have more time. So I'm just saying instead of doing your own nails, it's a convenience for me to go to the nail shop and have them do it 12 inches long or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just those two key points for American women or whatever. That's what it's all about. And plus the attention aspect of it, it's like, what kind of attention are you trying to attract? You say you're trying to do all this stuff to attract a man, but really it's for the next sister girl to come to you and say, "Oh, girl, I love your nails." And so you're spending all this money just so that you can get the compliment from her. When when honestly, really, you really want the attention from a man.
Do you really think that, or do you think that she's competing with other women? Because the majority of us women do not dress for men; we dress for the competition,
You do compete,
right?
but you're also looking for that extra attention. You're looking for someone to compliment you. Oh, girl, I just love your hair. I just love your nails.
That could be it. Yeah, that could be it as well.
Yeah.
I see. I want to address something really quickly because I do not mind any pushback on me. Um, Someone said here. Let me pull it up. It just passed me. Hold on one second, guys. Please be patient while I try your extension. Okay, here it is. It says Ameera, you have work makeup almost every show. That's contradicting. Okay, so in my case, people think I always wear a ton of makeup, and the majority of the time, I'm never wearing foundation. I wear a little bit of lipstick for lip color, and I fill in my eyebrows. This is my skin, guys. This is my skin. This is not makeup. So for people who always saying like, "Oh, she always have on so much makeup," this is not makeup. This is my skin, and I'm not wearing lipstick or anything right now. So yeah, I mean, I know that I'm pretty and it looks like I'm wearing a ton of makeup, but this is me. When I wash my face, this is what I look like. So I'm not changing my look to be something different. I'm not trying to look like some other person. This is me.
But like you said, it's not like you got a ton of make. It's okay to wear makeup. Nobody's saying on the panel,
Yeah,
the
I
host
didn't
is
say
not
you don't wear
saying
makeup.
it's
Right.
not okay. You can wear makeup. It's just when you apply an exorbitant amount of makeup on your face,
Right.
and it, like I said, if you got pink hair and then you got pink lipstick, like you don't look like yourself. You don't look like who you really are.
That's
So
true.
like what I don't understand.
So that's what I was bringing up. It's like a lot of people you're not attacking the idea that I'm actually speaking about. I said excessive colors, excessive lengths of eyelashes, lengths of nails, lengths of hair, hair extensions that go in between your butt cheeks. That's too much.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to argue with that, if you want to argue that that's beauty, enjoy. But from what I've seen, the majority of people, especially the men that you guys want or say you want, they don't want it. Most men are not attracted by it. And it's starting to look like he she's. We're all starting to look like he she's because yeah. One second. Can I say thank you to the super chat? He says it is designed to enhance your natural beauty, not change your whole look. I agree. I agree. Mr. Rick Judah, welcome in. Welcome in, Mr. Rick. Oh my goodness. I already know it's going to get controversial now since he's here. Welcome, Mr. Judah. How are you? And welcome in. I'm sorry, I didn't
What's
get your
going on?
name.
What's going on? Nah. I ain't gonna hit the controversy today. Well, I ain't gonna say today. I kind of agree with most of the people. Like when it comes to makeup, I'm makeup is a good thing. Like like you said, enhancements. I agree with the brother super chat. It enhances. You know, what I'm saying just don't be over the top. Over the top. That's the superficial brothers. You know what I'm saying? They get caught up in all that stuff. That's where you get your wax simp brothers that that's for them. They gonna do all that extra stuff. They like it. Me, even at the end of the day, I'll keep it as PG as possible. You want the person you wake up to still look like the woman that you laid down with. I mean,
Right.
that's the best way I can put it. I add more later if I got something else.
So okay, so now we have new people on here. I want to say Alex and Christina. I don't know what's up with her Wi-Fi, but hi Alex and hi Ace. I want to ask you two. What do you have on the subject? Do you think that I'm wrong in my assumption that the excessive wearing of makeup and hair and nails and eyelashes is to cover up masculine traits. Is to cover up with by using feminine things. Things are seen as feminine in order to cover up a masculine core.
I'll go ahead and speak. So, pretty much, okay, you got to think about we're living in kind of like women live in like a like an avatar type of world, and they live in a delusional world. And here's where I'm going. So now, recently, with the inception of online dating and Instagram, what they do is they put these enhancements, and the reality is what they put on that Instagram and on that website. So they're not, remember back then women, they used to just dress up to compete against the women around them in their community and things like that. But now these women are putting up these avatars, they're putting the fake eyelashes, the lipstick, everything like that, and they believe that that's who they really are, even though in reality that's who they're really not that person. You could even kind of say the same thing is going on. It can happen with men too, with like, some of the steroids and like, some of like the bodybuilding models and things like that. But unfortunately, they've just kind of altered their reality. Like they'll wake up in the morning before they put on the makeup, before they put on the girdle, before they put all that, and it's a completely different person. But they're really trying so hard to, they think the reality is that person that they load up on Instagram with the eyelashes, the makeup, the filters, all the editing of the photos. So that's really what's happening.
Can I say something about the filters, guys? When you use Snapchat, right? I used to have a Snapchat, and on the Snapchat, it gives you all these filters that you can use. It can change your face shape, even like the whole shape of your face. It can make you more like skinny faced or more round faced if you want it. I used to see the filters, and when I used the filter, I was under the impression that my face actually looked like that while I was using the filter. I was actually under the impression because you can take videos using that filter. And then when the filter came off and I saw what was real, I was like, when it goes back to your real face, it's so depressing. It's so sad and so discouraging. I'm sorry. But Mr.
Okay.
Panderson, oh, go ahead, Mr. Judon. Sorry,
I was
Mr.
going to
Jude.
ask. I was going to ask. I mean, not ask. I want to add one real quick comment, and I forgot to say it because do made me think about it. As far as the covering up masculinity, I, I wouldn't say that the stuff covers up masculinity. I think what it is they become more appealing sexually. So basically, the sex can cover up the masculinity. So the whole drawing us in with the looks, drawing us in with all of that stuff, so we can lay with them. Because really, the only thing they really advertise is their sex appeal. They don't really advertise their character, their actually femininity, that true beauty. That's where the real beauty come in, the submission and femininity. But they'll flash us with they'll try to wow us with the physical appearance. And again, that works on the weaker. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Jedi mind trick. You know what I'm saying? I am a submissive woman. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? All the weak lame brothers fall for it. You know what I'm saying? But the certain real men, they're like, nah, you ain't feminine. Nah, I don't care how good you look. I'll pass. So that's what I would say. Cover up with masculinity. I'll say it's in that sense for
Can I
sex.
ask the
I
men,
got
do
something
you
to
all
say
feel,
about that real quick.
do you all,
You
do
don't
really
mind?
quickly, I'll let you go, but do you guys feel like something about the long eyelashes? Do the men see something appealing about it?
No,
No.
I'll
No?
be no.
Eyelashes look good to me. It
Like
just
We
don't go
have
too
excessively,
one
the
crazy.
person.
excessive. Are we
Don't go
talking
too
about
crazy, but
excessive or
not the
natural
One
though?
person.
Are we talking about
don't,
excessive or natural?
Okay. Maybe
Because
just a
I've
little
seen.
extra, like a little extension and a
I
little bit
mean,
thickness.
as long. I mean, like when I'm imagining the cartoonish version that I see on my campus typically, right? And so that's why I say no. But I mean, like I don't know, like as long as it's not cartoonish, that'll be the main thing. But natural is for sure the way to go.
Okay.
I mean,
Thank
y'all
you.
gotta, man, y'all gotta
Ladies,
be honest.
ladies, you guys heard it here first. Men do not like it. They
Y'all
don't
got,
see any attraction in it. No.
Mr. Judah. Um, I don't think you said something about characters. I think any girl that wear that long as excuse my French, eyelashes or pink hair and all those extensions, they already telling you their characters. You already knowing their characters because you will know the kind of type of woman that will do those type of things and the kind that will not do it. So already men already know those. Let me just say, real men know the real deal when they see women like that, and that's why most men don't mess with them.
I agree with, in a sense. That's one. Yeah, we're cool comment. I agree in a sense as far as like even the women that wear the spandex and they show off their body and got their breasts popped out. Same thing with the different color, pink hair, blue hair, green hair. I agree with that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Alex, feel free to jump in. You can
Even
always
the
jump in.
extra long eyelashes. So I will say that too. But all right, go ahead.
Alex, we can't hear you. Hold on, wait. Maybe I have. No, you're not muted. I don't know why. Turn on your microphone. No.
We can't hear you.
Yeah,
Take
no.
your earpiece off.
Yeah, maybe.
Bet you got an iPhone, don't you?
Wesley.
Now,
Yes.
okay. Peace be upon you all. What I want to touch on multiple things. What's your name, Miss? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong.
Who?
Yes, you. With the hijab.
Ameera.
Ameera. Yes, Ameera. I want to touch.
First time here.
Ameera. I apologize, but I want to touch on what you said about the makeup and does it cover masculine traits. To me personally, I don't think whether you do wear makeup or not wear makeup, your masculinity is going to come out regarding women. And like in that comment has said, somebody I paid for that makeup is to enhance your look and to make you look better or something. So, and remember, you said you only wearing like eyelashes, a little bit on lipstick and everything. Even though it's small, minute, it's still makeup. And that's why
of course.
something about you. And yes, it might be different from girls who do the blue hair, green hair. You don't know how many times I saw girls with green hair today. But it's just when it's too much, when you look like a clown, when I can put you with clown face on your face, it's over. You're a wrap. You're disqualified. I'm done with you. Like, cause it just we didn't ask for this. Anybody in the group did raise their hand? Anybody ask for this stuff? I know I did. Respect.
We did not ask for this. This is not. We did not call for you.
I personally think sometimes women overthink what men like, but we are so simple. I would rather choose a regular girl, natural hair, curly, all like in the right places, fit and agreeable, and somebody I can chill with than any of these girls. Like, honestly, and I'll say for one, I've never had a girlfriend, and I'm glad because I don't want to waste my time on girls who are honestly not interested in me, not gonna take me seriously, and just gonna move on to Pookie, Ray, white boy Tommy, white boy Rick. Let's keep it a buck.
Wait, are you saying that you're a virgin?
No, I'm not I'm not a virgin, but I have had sex, but I haven't. I've been in a long time relationship. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But and also I do think there is an extent where it goes too far, and just me personally, every time I walk around when I'm seeing female women, I cannot stand the fake eyelashes. I can't do it. It just one here, one there. When am I not gonna see it? And no, I'd rather see your regular eyelashes. Do you got some? Are you growing some? Like, what's good? That's just not me. And just like, some girls just do too much. And I just think if, they really want to know, just ask about it. Like, we're not afraid to tell you. We've been speaking like since the beginning of time. And I'm a 90s baby. So I know when women look like women, they act and they move like that. They don't just talk about it. They be about it. And I don't think it's, my last statement, I don't think it's wrong for a woman to know how to fight. Like, I think it should be like mandatory because you never know, these years are going by and people how doing what they're gonna do just to protect yourself. And your son, her son or her daughter, is she gonna protect? That's just me, and I don't think that makes you masculine as a female doing it. That's just protecting your neck. Peace.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have a rebuttal?
No,
I got
a rebuttal.
I got a question though. We're talking about this makeup. Is it hiding masculinity? I agree with you, Ameera. I agree on that. But to the men that are liking these women that are wearing this makeup, what does that make them? And I would say that makes them be LBGT. See, if you guys out here that like all this women with all this hair and all this crazy stuff like that, you have to check your manhood yourself because I don't like men wearing all that.
May I interject?
Do it.
Just because some men prefer that look, if it's not too crazy, but like a little bit some little bit of a dyed hair and a little bit of as long as not too long, and some men can tolerate it. I don't think we should be shaming these men just because that they like it. That's their preference, and that's
Hell yeah, we should shame them. What's wrong with them?
yeah,
Like, you got a
man.
Halloween fetish?
People that like what they like. I'm saying we gotta go to the bullseye. I ain't for the headshot here. It's true. If you're a dude out here, you like women that wear all this stuff and this fake this and that, you are part of the LBGT. Straight up.
Well, I
Real
disagree with you, and that's just your personal opinion. But everybody has their preference, and I don't think just because if a man or woman likes something that you don't like, you shouldn't be calling somebody out of their name. Personally, to me, like be about your business. If you're not about it, just go somewhere else.
I have a question.
Psychology 101. Psychology 101.
I have a question. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes.
For the young man that was just speaking, so do you not like all natural women? I mean, do you prefer?
No, what was the last thing you said?
So no, I'm like, do you prefer a woman that is not all natural to an all natural woman?
Me personally, I'd rather prefer a naturally fit woman and naturally look woman. Like if you have the things that I like in a woman, and you got the plus with it, like as good features of body wise that I like, yes, but I don't really like all that makeup personally, me. And I don't like girls that color their hair. If you got red hair, red flag, no. And just other stuff. But me personally, I'd rather, if I could have the black version of Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII Remake, I would be in heaven. But I don't get that? No.
Hey, I got a question for you, bro.
This is how women get over. This is how women get over. These men are just so, again, I say this all the time. They're so wishy-washy. This, I don't care. We don't want to shame.
I'm not wishy-washy.
Hold on. You said you play, dude. Much respect to you. You said you play. But what I'm saying is, no, you said you play. And we gonna let a man speak, and we're gonna get to the business and target here. You don't know what you're talking about. And again, all this
weird. What I'm talking about. I do know I like brothers. One mic, brothers. Tell me what I don't like.
Okay,
let's be nice, guys. Just be nice to one another.
Wow, we're doing, again, women do this kind of stuff, gentlemen. That's for you directly to the.
What are you talking about,
Mr. Julio? Oh my God, he's insulting people.
Hold on.
Do this to you. Like, have some respect. You want to talk about?
You sound like a big dude.
I'm a grown ass man over here, and I just think respectfully.
Hey, brothers, one mic.
Hey,
one person let the other person speak.
You made your talking point, but what I'm saying is,
don't insult me.
Okay, hold on, because I said it before, and you just keep interrupting me, and I won't stop you. Keep doing that. So we're gonna say this as men. The reason why women are doing this is because we don't commit to a standard. All this shaming and all this, F the shaming world, a word. Again, men, that clown stuff these women are wearing, we cannot accept that. For our daughters and future, that is not acceptable. All this shaming and all that, again, people like what they like in the dark. Who knows what people are doing behind the scenes? I'm saying in public and as being a respectable human race, we cannot accept women looking like clowns and prostitutes. That's what they are. The lipstick is, and again, I'm not saying lipstick is bad, but excessive lipstick and makeup and weave, these are prostitutes and animals. And it is what it is. And stop crying about it and saying I'm shaming people. This was what's wrong with the Generation Z and all this weird culture stuff you guys do. This is why you're so crazy, because you guys don't go to the target.
Well, my apology if I assume that you were shaming me. But again, you're assuming I'm in a generation.
You just said you're a 90s baby. You just said you're a 90s baby, right? I'm listening to what you said. I'm going by. You just said you're a 90s baby. I'm listening to what you're saying here.
I'm a 93. Yes, millennial.
Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. But all I'm saying is basically this is why we're messed up, because men don't say, you know what, enough's enough. That's why. This is why this crap is happening with these women. If men say enough's enough and we don't support these women on the IG and buying their OnlyFans and stuff like that, things will change. But if you sit here and talk about shaming tactics and I don't want to say this and all this kind of stuff.
That's why I thought you were doing to me, and I said, it's cool. It's over. There's not no reason to keep bringing it up.
But you're one getting whatever offended by the truth, and this is what I'm saying. Men,
I'm not getting offended by no truth.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
Husa. What I'm saying is, this men, when the truth comes to the door, no matter if you like it or not, you shall accept it. Just like when men, hold on. Just like when men have issues, what do? We fight sometimes, right? Physically, right? That's what we do. But all this mumble jumble talking and emotionally and high voices and all, no, we make sure We put standards down. We are the builders. You have to
Yes.
understand that. And these women that are doing this stuff, it's not acceptable. Lay the law down, and we got to be a man finally. That's it.
Okay, I gotta interject
I
one
thought that
thing
was
if
his
it's
point.
possible. Can I
Go
say
ahead.
something if it's possible?
Do it.
Okay, while we are on that subject now, last time I was on with Judah, Mr. Judah, I didn't get to see how he was looking properly until it was like late. So I wanted to tell you, my brother, you as a family man, you braiding your hair is not proper for a man. Are you getting what I'm saying? We're talking about the women. We need the men to be looking natural as well, in our own natural way. Someone asked me before when I mentioned this men braiding their hair and stuff like that. They say, "Oh, what about dread?" I'm like, dread is a little more natural for a man than braiding your hair, tying up and whatever you want to do it. Like, you have two girls, like you said. You want to show them a real image of a man in your house. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say. Since we've been 100, right? The ladies have their own issues, but men also dressing up or acting like women in a way, it's also destroying, making like them confused. Okay, if you're doing this, it's okay, so I can do this. You don't judge me, I won't judge you. You get what I'm saying?
May I
So
ask a
I
question?
wanted to hold on. I didn't want to say behind your back. I wanted to, anytime we meet face to face, to be able to tell you this as a family man, because I know you're trying to do the right thing by your daughters and show them a positive light for your daughters. So I just wanted to say that to you.
Oh, I appreciate your honesty and your being straightforward. Hey, I can respect your outlook. I just, all praises to the most high.
May I
Okay,
ask you a question?
go ahead.
So, so you consider a man that braids his hair, whether it's for a day or a week,
That's
whatever,
a woman.
is a feminine trait or something
Yes,
only women could do?
yes.
Okay, and I get that. That's how you roll and everything. But
That's not how I roll, bro. That's the truth.
Hold on. Let me just finish, and I'll let you
All
speak.
right.
I think many of us here on the screen and all the world, we are raised in different cultures and different backgrounds. Yes, some people don't have cultures. I've been listening and much more. But if and when you roll at that, fine. But if another man wants to roll his head and dreads, I don't think you personally should be like doing that to other people and just well, I ain't gonna say like telling you what not to do or anything. You have your free will, but at the end of the day, there are many ways to take care of a man's hair and a woman's hair, and
So what are
just,
we talking about
just because of
then?
a young girl or a father's daughter sees his father in hair, that does not emasculates him or anything.
So
That
what are we
May I
talking
add to
about then?
that,
Trying to
please?
change the
The
woman?
issue,
that
the
men
issue
do
with
our
this
hair.
argument, the issue with this argument is the man believes that it's not an argument that's based like a science or anything. So you really can't argue his point. There's really no point in
Well,
arguing the point. Like,
I wasn't trying
no,
to. My point
I
wasn't
know you're
arguing.
not. I know
It's
you're
something
not.
that I
I know you're
want.
not arguing this point. I know you're not arguing this point. I'm just saying, like, pretty
Okay,
much, like the man's views and whatnot, like, are his views.
yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
his
saying? Like,
views.
and it's not something that can be like really just debatable on like, you know what I mean? You feel me?
Yes.
Like, it's like,
Okay,
okay, cool.
so
You think that
What
since
way?
you're
did
saying
Cam
that,
come
my
on here?
brother,
What did Cam come here to say?
That's a good question.
Hey panel, how's it going?
Good
Yo,
evening.
What's
Hey,
going on?
Cam.
Thank you for making space for me. And thanks to Ameera for having this conversation. I just wanted to say something real quick because I feel like every time Ameera talks about um, issues within the Black community, this always comes up where people have a hard time, receiving the message. But I just want to say that the conversation is fine to have on her platform, right? But the actual correcting of Black women and our behavior, it is going to come from Black women as it usually always does, and it comes in person, right? I think Chantel is doing a great job on her channel by correcting behavior, but actually having a rites of passage, it's not just a one thing. Oh, fix your hair, fix your nails, and then that's it. This is a deeper issue of femininity that we need to address. And so, we don't need to get so caught up in these conversations, because these conversations don't do anything really. We need to actually do stuff in person, on the ground. And like I said, it most likely will come from Black women, like, as it usually does. Like, we usually correct each other. So that's all I really wanted to come here and say, and just to kind of promote this like rites of passage idea. And that, I really just believe in that. And I think that we should, work on getting on board, and kind of really listening to Sage talk earlier really inspired me. Not inspired me, honestly, because I'm not going to start no rites of passage, but but I support the people who want to start a rites of passage and really be organized, actually scaffolding, these conversations, and putting actual actions into place behind these things.
Are
But that's all
trolls
I want to
welcome?
say. Huh?
Are trolls welcome?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Except you. You're the only troll that shows appreciation to the people who are doing the work. So, but
okay.
yeah, I just want to
Appreciate
say,
it.
like, I appreciate Ameera for even having this conversation, and to get people riled up, because they should be riled up.
Hey, I'm a big time. I'm sorry, I went to you. I'm a big time supporter of like just some of the stuff she comes out with. Even though I know I hear a lot of people saying like, okay, Amira's not Black, she can't say this, she ain't say this, but she speaks on like culture and togetherness and structure and all of this stuff that at the end of the day, I don't care what you live. You're a Martian. If you're talking about some stuff that's going to benefit us, hey, I'm gonna receive it. I don't care where it comes from, even if it's somebody we would say is against our people.
Hmm.
So obviously,
Yeah,
this is
but
something that help us.
Hey,
So
Cam, I got a couple questions too.
we need to use what is beneficial and stop like tripping about it. Like it, like say, okay, and not to call you out, brother Plaid Pill, brother West, but if brother West came on and said black men, it would be best if you did this, and this that white men did, I'll be like, shoot, y'all the top, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing the most out of all people. You know what? Y'all probably got some stuff we can learn from. I would be stupid to get mad and frustrated about it. I don't want to hear what you talking about. No. Hey, shoot, y'all rule the world right now. Why
I
not learn
mean,
from that? I mean, that's just to be, and that's keeping it real. Like sometimes we gotta actually look at the winning team. We're gonna look at the team winning the championship and act like we're gonna get mad when they tell us how to become a better team. Like, shut up. Like, but again, we got to actually look at things logically and not emotionally sometimes.
well, I understand with the pushback, from Black people or Black women, because similar to, like the DEI stuff. Guess who's in these DEI positions? Black people, Black women, Black men, for a reason, because people can receive it better from them. I honestly would love to advocate for white people to be the face of DEI. What is, I mean, this is another topic, but what is the diversity and
Oh,
that
what
we don't
DEI?
see?
I'm sorry. I'm curious. I ain't
Oh,
never heard of it.
sorry. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Coaching.
Right. So basically, when we talk about like social justice work and like, putting more Black people in these white spaces, we use DEI people who are specifically, honestly, Black women, or sometimes Black men, but mostly Black women. But it's because they fit the intersectionality of, the double minority. And so that's why we can receive the information better, because we can relate more. So, I mean, it's just strategy, I guess. But I do understand the pushback. It's because, like, Black women just kind of feel like, they're being attacked if the person doesn't look like them. And that's, I think that's just kind of like normal. I'm not saying that people are wrong for thinking that way, but I'm just saying that, it's just a conversation. We can just get over the fact that we're just having a conversation, and people are having these conversations anyways behind our backs, talking about us, laughing at us. At least Amira's not laughing at us. You know, at least she's actually, just bringing up something that she's observing.
Cam,
She's never bashing. I never hear her bashing or
I,
anything.
I would just like to say, as a Black woman, I'm more comfortable to have this conversation on this platform right now than to be singing in the amen corner. Oh, girl, no, you need to wear this. What you need to do, and blah blah. No, 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 no. I can have right here with this topic. We can honestly have the conversation so that we can make strides and make things change.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm props to Ameera for having this. Props to the panel. This is my time. I gotta go because I gotta go to work in the morning. But thank you all for having me, and you all be blessed out there.
Yeah.
Peace be upon
Nice
you.
seeing you, Patty Cakes.
Yeah, no,
Bye.
I agree. I agree what you're saying there, Cam, about women basically mentoring other women and having a
Mhm.
rite of passage. I just I used to preach that all the time on my podcast there, and I tried to get some women to do so. And like you just said, as a human, you want to have someone that looks like you so they can have an identity. You understand it's not an attack on you. But the reason why men are just, I guess, in droves nowadays, I guess people call them manosphere or red pill, whatever. We're just sick of the things women are doing, and we're just disappointed, if you will, because we're saying we like this, and you're saying no, you like this, and we're like no. But just like Dr. Frances Cress Welsing used to say, she said women need to mentor women. Basically, y'all need to get your stuff in line so we don't have to do it. Just like men, we have to go amongst men and say, you know what, hey, brother, you got to do it like this, man. This is the path you need to go. It used to be like that, but what pisses us men off? We've been having women tell us our whole life what to do, how to eat, how to sleep, what type of women this is, what type of woman that is. But the minute we said, hey, y'all messing up, oh, now it's a problem. You see what I'm
But
saying?
well,
Seriously, though.
honestly, the more I even think about it, there's a lot of Black women push back on Black women talking about these issues as well.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky subject. I mean, I think people are always going to be mad, but honestly, I think that people would rather hear from like Black women would rather be corrected by first Black women and then maybe Black men and then maybe the others, but not really the others. Mostly just within the community.
But you know what it is? This is my opinion. You know what it is? And I say this all the time. But again, this is in history and in the script. A lot of women nowadays, people call it Jezebel nature. But again, a lot of women, I'm going to say it, a lot of women are demonic and witches. So when you don't study that and get rid of that energy, if you will, that's amongst these women of today, you're not going to go nowhere, whether it be women versus women trying to help women or whatever. So that's the issue. That's again, the mental illness and the evil is what we got to get rid of in these women and men too, but women in particular today.
Mr. Kool-Aid always says demons and evil and witches.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of get what you're saying from like the Eve aspect, like the thing that's in us all, whatever. But I mean that's kind of nature, isn't it?
Well, nature, when it rids itself, what it does is it uses the woman to basically create either how can I say this, the LBGT thing, or men to attack men. So women in their womb, there's something going on in the womb too. It's not so much the white man or whatever force. Women are basically a long time ago, when I don't get too crazy, women have signed a contract, right, to get rid of men, and this is why this stuff is going on nowadays. Now, that's why they're putting all this makeup on. This is why they're lifting these weights. This is why they got bigger things between their legs, that little dangly thing, all that kind of stuff.
Wait, what?
They're not going
to well, I don't want to say the word, but again, if you study hormones, progesterone, a lot of women nowadays have more testosterone. Okay. If y'all study this, you look at the hormone level, a lot of women nowadays have a lot more testosterone than they did back in the day. And a lot of men today, the sperm count has dropped. Why is that? Not just the chemicals and stuff like that. It's something else going on too. But y'all don't want to talk about it.
You said something hanging.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay, look.
I'm so confused.
Okay, Ameera, when women start taking things that inherently alter their hormones, it starts changing the development of certain organs.
I'm just confused of like.
You might have to Google this. I don't want to explain it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but are you saying that women are taking hormones?
Some are
to change their sex.
Some are.
Not to change their sex, but just to work out.
Wait.
They don't have to take.
I'm trying to follow, and maybe I shouldn't.
I never heard
work out.
Okay,
yeah.
I mean, I could tell the story, but I got to tell it in a certain way. Like, I mean, again, y'all can do your own
stuff. Mr. Alex, please stop picking your nose on the show, sir.
My bad.
Thank
my
you.
bad.
I'm just saying, if you look at
I get
in human bodies nowadays, again, women, y'all can fact check me or check me, whatever you call it. Women today do have too much testosterone and progesterone. That y'all need to study estrogen, and men today, the sperm count is lower. We have less testosterone. Again, this is, and it's not just science and chemicals. We're choosing to do this stuff too nowadays. I'm telling you, this is.
But I mean, beyond that, because I'm not really sure, like how we correct that. But we can just, focus on the behavior and do that. But I honestly think, like I said, and I just want to reiterate, like the rites of passage, it will come from Black women, So Just saying that again.
I have a question for you, Kim. It's on something that you had said. I pay attention to it. It's about you had said about when it comes to a woman, if you as a woman you go to ask for advice, you go to a woman first and a woman then a man. I think you met the man second or last. My question in response to you, if and when you or female friend of yours had a question about a man, whatever it may be, who would you go first to, a woman or a man, to answer that question?
If I had a question about a man, is it a specific man or just any man, like just men in
A
general?
question that concerns about something that you wanted to know about a man, anything that concerning that, who would you go to first, a woman or a man?
Man, a man.
Can you explain why?
Okay.
I
Excuse
would
me?
go to I would go to a man because if I'm trying to know something about a man, I feel like he's the expert. Men are expert on men.
Well,
If I want to know something specific about a specific man, I would just go to that man.
I got a more detailed question because I actually talked to a couple females just
Really,
yesterday.
really quickly, Mr. Panderson, don't forget
Go
what
ahead.
you're going to say. Don't forget.
Go ahead.
Mr. Wealthy Broke Man, he said, stop derailing the convo. You know what? This is the last 7, 10 minutes. This is the last 10 minutes. So I don't mind it being derailed. They can take it wherever they want at this point. We're in our last 10 minutes, so you guys can enjoy. Go ahead, Mr. Panderson. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
sir.
talk to a couple. Just talk to a couple females, just on the phone. And I asked them. One's a principal. Like, if at the end of the school year, school got out for the summer, and you came back next year, 68 pounds bigger,
Oh my
two-story
God.
wig and
Here we
whatever,
go again with
and
the
you went and
finish.
asked the girl, "Hey, girl, how
Who
do I
hurt
look?
you, Dr. Wiggins? Who
How do
hurt
I look,
you?
girl?"
Let him
What
finish.
kind?
All the girls would say, "You look good, girl. Yeah, it looks good on you."
Right.
2 years later, 400 pounds. How do I look, girl?
No.
Really?
Yeah. You look
Ah,
good. It's that you keep. Then she dies, or she comes to school with an oxygen tank on wheels.
Hmm.
They're not telling these people the truth. They're not.
Yeah.
They
It's
won't
true.
tell a
Yeah.
woman, "Hey, that
It's true. That
three-story
I
wig,
mean,
that wig looks like trash. You need to burn it." They're not
and
saying,
it's not.
"Hey, you got
It's
too
not
much
even safe to
makeup on.
burn.
Why would you?
I can see you in the dark with your makeup. Hey, I can't tell if you got 2 lips or 3. Hey, you're blocking the whole hallway. You used to weigh
Mr.
200.
Panderson.
When will women tell them the
oh,
truth? Like, look, man, something's wrong. Just like dudes will tell another dude, "Hey, bro, what's wrong with you? Hey, man, we're supposed to be going to the club. We're trying to get some ladies. You ain't coming out here looking like..."
But
Dudes will hold dudes accountable and tell them,
Well, why
right?
do you think that is? Why do you think women like egg each other on like that?
I
Egg them
think
on.
it's wanting to.
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
know,
I
but
didn't mean to cut
they're
you
gonna
off.
get them killed.
I think it's wanting to stay in the sisterhood. I think there are women telling other women the truth, but it's just not enough, and that's the issue. I think the sisterhood is too loud, and they want to feel good. So of course these women are going to go to where whoever is telling them whatever is making them feel
But when
good.
you're telling them
also,
this, and
if I may,
they're trying to get husbands, they come out here looking like a mess. They can only get Quan Jenkins from the block. He goes and hits it on Tuesday. Ubers are back to the streets on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a text message. "It's not you, it's
Hmm.
me." And that
Well,
cycle keeps going on versus telling her, "Hey, you need to make this amount of progress so you can get the results. If you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be dead carrying an oxygen tank.
I got a
Your
quick
face
question
is
for
going
the
to set
panel.
off a smoke alarm." They don't tell them this stuff.
ask your question.
yeah.
Okay, so we all see Miss Camp right now. Would you say
Mhm.
she look beautiful with her hair like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
That's all we asking for. We don't need long hair. We just want your hair natural, a
But
little
honestly,
bit kept up.
No, Cam listens. That's a different person.
But
she
that's what I'm
looks
saying.
like
That's
well,
all we
Cam
no.
has
asking our
long hair
sister.
though.
It's
Cam has
not
long
that.
hair.
It's not that I listen, right? Yeah, I listen, but it's I wear my hair like this normally, right? So this is just my comfortability. Women are not comfortable wearing their own hair, right? They've been so conditioned and used to wearing someone else's hair. That's why I kind of want to go back to what Chantel asked. Like, is it that they don't care, or is it that they don't
I
know?
wanted to
They
piggyback
don't
off
care.
off
They
something
don't
I
care.
said, Kim.
I think they don't know. Honestly, I'm not
I
trying
think
to
they
cap
don't know.
anything, but I think they don't know, especially being someone who was told go to school, get your education. genuinely did not know I was blind, like in the feminist movement. I think these women who are wearing the hair and nails and eyelashes, I think they think that's feminine.
They
I'll bring you
do.
back,
And
Mr. Williamson. I'll
may I
bring you
say
back.
something real quick?
Unfortunately,
Mr.
she's
Mark
telling the
Anthony,
truth.
can I get a sign of life really quickly, Mr. Mark Anthony, please?
Mark Anthony.
Yeah, we have a singer coming in. Mr. Mark Anthony, can I get a sign of life, please, before we?
Yeah, just I mean, I would say they just don't care. Just like with teen pregnancy, everybody knows how that goes nowadays, and I mean, it still happens. I mean, people just don't
You're
care. They don't. They
you're
don't.
onto something.
They don't. They
Yeah.
don't care. Well, I ask these women this. That's what I'm saying. I ask people this. I'm not just on these internet things. I ask these women, what's in their head, and they say, I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do because I want to
Yeah.
compete myself
That's
with
true.
women. They say this stuff. I'm not making it up.
I mean that is very true, but I think more like yeah, there are some that don't care. They already know the consequences, but I think more women don't know because they're just they're misinformed on what femininity really is,
Also, Cam,
just
may I
in general.
that? Yeah, and it just honestly, let me ask you this: are you like, if like think of like your one main female friend, and if she wasn't looking eye on one day, are you really gonna tell her the truth before you go out, or are you just gonna let it
Look, I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story.
before you go, most women nowadays they're not
She's
really
not going. She just wants to tell the
they
story.
friends.
Yeah, let her answer the
How they
question.
look. You see your friend to your left. She like 215, 175, wearing a white dress. You really gonna say, oh wow, you look so nice, baby,
Mr.
whatever.
Alex,
Like no, and
Mr. Alex,
but
let her answer. She
Let
was
her answer
going
the
to share a
question.
story really quickly.
sorry.
Absolutely. If I had this my friend, she decided that we were gonna go out in the town, but she was wearing sweats, and I'm like, you're not. I'm not going. You're not coming out with me with sweats. Like you need to change because you look like a guy, and I'm not walking around thinking people like I don't want people to think I'm a lesbian. And so yeah, we didn't go out until she changed. I didn't care if she wore a purse, but that's just real. Like I'm not going to go out with you if you're gonna make me look a certain type of way. And I'm
Yeah,
not saying that I do that all the time because I don't, but yeah, I do it when it's necessary, but I'm not gonna try to put you down or anything like that. I'm just letting you know how you look.
yeah. I just think most females nowadays can't handle criticism. Even if it's coming from somebody that that really cares about them, and it's just like you just gotta have like self awareness of like how you look, no matter who you are, and just and honestly accept yourself. If you have like some weird and or some flaws about you, accept yourself because that's all you got. But yeah, thank you.
And she didn't change how she was. She still dresses how she wants to dress, like whatever. But at least around me, I have standards for women, and I'm just like the more I get older and the more I want to be a wife, and I'm heading towards that way. I'm not gonna just allow certain women to be around me. You're not gonna be a cheater. You're not gonna be an abuser. You're not gonna look gay. You're just not gonna act certain ways around me. I'm not gonna accept it.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
Thank
what's
you,
up.
Cam.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
up. We need
yeah.
Thank
More
you.
females did what you did. I think everything be alright.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on off what this young gentleman was saying because who remembers the bonnet outbreak?
Oh my God.
First of all, that was a black lady, a black female coming in a very peaceful way. She was very peaceful. It was Monique, right? She was so nice. She was like an auntie. The backlash was so outrageous that every girl was rebellious, and they came all wearing bonnets all the time now because they
Wait,
were
what happened?
rebellious.
Can you explain?
So basically, last year, Monique, she's like a comedian. She kind of came off the radar in recent years. You know the movie Precious? Precious? It's like a movie where it's a crazy movie, man. She was an abusive parent in that movie. But anyway, so basically, recently she said that when she's in Atlanta, she goes out and she sees a lot of young black, she called them like princesses and queens wearing bonnets, and they're not having that public etiquette that they need to be if they want to be considered to be queens. They don't have that public etiquette. So she was telling them, maybe baby girls, you guys need to maybe just be a little bit more presentable. Like maybe you guys shouldn't be wearing the bonnets. And every black woman in the comment was dragging her. So it doesn't matter if it's black. If they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. That's just the reality of it.
And it goes back what I'm saying. That's a good point, Mark. It goes back what I'm saying. Again, you got to look at the mental illness of these women nowadays and the demonic behavior they have. They hate, I shouldn't say that word, but they don't like themselves. So again, women got to confront that. When y'all do, y'all gonna be all right.
And honestly, go ahead. Sorry. At least if it comes from a black woman, people can't say racist. At the very least,
get over that. To be honest, you got to get over that.
Real quick.
This is not the time for racist.
Hey, hold on, let me say something real quick. Who cares if they say racist? It's the truth. Like sometimes we just got to be like, the truth is the truth, and let's build from that. Like we got to stop with all the pandering and with all the the woman code and all that foolishness. Like that's got to go. And for real, obviously we see the men do the same thing. I've seen the men do it because you say something against the men. So a few things you can say, men get in their feelings real fast, but y'all know what they are, and y'all done heard some things. But what I'm saying is that the women, they do these things. They act like it's a problem. I don't like how you deliver the message. No, it ain't got to do with the delivery. It don't matter what package I wrapped it in. I don't care if I put a bow on it. If I put sprinkles on that shit, you didn't want what I gave you. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop pretending like it's that. You just don't want the package, and let's just stop the cap.
Guys,
I would say
you guys have I want to say maybe 2 minutes, and then we have to close down. So finishing words, final words.
Yeah, real quick. Piggyback on what the homie said, Mr. Rick Judah. This something my parents always told me. Honestly, when they told me something, was something I do or to do it, they didn't care how it was like says to me, yelling at me, high voice or angry. As long as I got the message, that's all that matters. That's what my mom and my dad told me. So I think if people apply that, then just stop caring about how it's said and everything, because you're getting the message. Most people don't get the message. Peace.
Thank you so much, Alex. I appreciate it. So last final words. Does anybody have any final words before we go? Or do you guys want to go around the
I
world?
never answered the actual question there. I don't think women are trying to hide masculinity when they're using excessive makeup. I just think nobody gave them the memo, and that if you look like you were hiding in a Sherman-Williams when an earthquake hit, there's a problem. The men get this joke because we know what Sherman-Williams is.
Yeah, it's paint, right?
Yeah, it's a paint store.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was still corny. It's really corny, but that's okay. It's okay. You did good. You tried. Anybody else? Anybody else?
I want to make a point. I want to.
Go ahead, Chantel.
I want to say, and you mentioned this earlier, Ameera, it's not necessarily no makeup, no weave, no nails, no eyelashes. It's the overcompensating. It's the overdoing it. As natural as possible, ladies. The more natural you look, the classier you look, the more ladylike you look. Look at Cam. So yeah, it's not, just try not to overdo it.
I agree. That's basically the point. This is why I say I don't want anyone to take it like, oh, we're against makeup and we have to be pure all the time. That's not what I'm saying, because clearly I like additives too, but the excessive additives is a problem. And you start looking more masculine when you do it. You're having the opposite effect. Not being more feminine, you're turning more masculine.
And I want to make one more last comment. I'm just as far as the hair, I will be 100% with this. I would rather a woman have fake hair than have the Amber Rose baldness on top. Like, don't come to me. Look, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. I don't want to say it. I'm trying to think of a good way to say this.
Well, that's a contradiction.
No. What I'm saying is, if you just straight bald head, like if you look like you were sitting next to me in the barbershop, like I don't think I want to be, hugged up with you. Like if I see you from behind, like if I'm looking from the shoulders up, I'm like, hey, what's going on here?
What he's saying is not actually a contradiction. It's actually through like over the process of like human existence. It's this argument I think I was reading. It was in I can't remember the paper, but basically what they were saying more or less was that a man has these cues that he look for in a woman to determine if she's healthy, right? For example, if her shoulders are wider than for some reason wider than her hips, she's not a viable candidate to have a child. If she's bald, she may be unhealthy, right? You know what I'm saying? So like these are things that could be considered, but that's all I was gonna say on that. This is a great show. I'm glad to be on here.
I'm happy that today has been such a beautiful show. Like, I've really enjoyed this today. I don't know if anybody else enjoyed it the way I did, but I enjoy every show, but today it's just something different about it. It just feels really nice. And Cam came up and Chantel came up to bless me with their presence. I love it. So
Can I say something on that last note? Okay,
Yes.
in terms of going board and all that stuff, that's one of the reasons why, well, some of our women, you know, do state of why they don't really take care of their hair, because they say every time they take care of their hair keep breaking, and that's why they wear wig. So
Oh,
if that's what you care about, because women can do their hair, tie their hair in case they got short hair and all that stuff, and they still be okay. They don't need that wig on. So you can't excuse it one way and not excuse it, because then you're gonna have to ask all of them to pull down their wig and check where they have hair issues. So like I said, that's one of the stuff that they quote of reason why they wear a wig, because if I do my hair keep breaking, I'm keep losing my hair, and that's one of the reasons that they talk about. So like I said, we can always create a way out for them.
But you
well,
know what it
that's just
is.
an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah, it is an excuse. You know what it is too.
Last
It's
points.
the
Last
women.
points.
I'm gonna
Two
make it
minutes
quick.
have been gone a long time ago.
I'll make it quick because I can't even talk too. But you know what it is? It's these women and these grandmas and mamas put this weave and wigs on these girls' hair when they're very young, messing up their hairline, messing up the nutrients in the hair. And then they're eating nothing but hot Cheetos and fruit drinks all their life. So it's the food, it's the women conditioning these women and putting the mental illness and crazy stuff on these little girls. And that's why they can't grow hair. That's why they have the issues nowadays. So it's a lot of women on women crime going on here. We don't want to talk about either.
Right. I can agree with that. Like women raising the daughters in an improper way, not teaching them how to take care of their hair and not taking care of their hair. I've seen so many women
Yeah.
who don't know how to take care of their daughter's hair. They just, just leave it. And you're like, "Oh my god. I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm not going to say anything bad." But we have kids who come over to our house with my stepdaughters, and they come over and I brush their hair out because their hair is so matted. Their mother doesn't detangle their hair. So when they come over, I detangle their hair for them. I'm like, what is going on? And we even talk to the mother. We're like, hey, the baby's hair is, really matted. And she's like, oh, it just happens, it's just her type of hair. No, it's not, you know. So, but thank you guys. I want to say really thank you guys so much. I have really enjoyed this. This has been so civil, so respectful, so beautifully nice. Everybody had, different points. It wasn't just an echo chamber. I love it. And I really enjoyed the women coming on. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for tonight. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. I hope you guys have a great week this time.
Good night.
Good
Night,
night,
everyone.